Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, was a film that when initially was announced, there's so much controversy with the original, with the first trailer, because of the design of Sonic. It was just terrible. It was so hated. Everyone was talking about it, and to the point that the director had to step out and promise that he would make fixes or changes to the film, and they delayed the film until now. But now that it's out, of course, it's doing great at the box office. But the question is the movie good or is it bad? So in the next couple of minutes, we're going to find out. They're good. Thankfully, they fixed the design of Sonic. Now Sonic looks like Sonic, and I'm so glad that they did that change. It is just great. The design is great. The concept is great. The art, the homage to the video game is all over the place. The design of Sonic, the rings, all of that, the world of Sonic, all of that is really well thought out. The director and in this case the studio, the people behind it, the design of the concept art, they did a fantastic job. There's a lot of course Easter eggs for fans of the video games, so that's great. It really plays homage to the character, and in my opinion, that's the biggest thing. What I like about the film as well is the fact that the story is pretty entertaining. It's very good. It's not bad at all. I felt that the film, for the time that it lasted, it was highly entertaining. It was never slow. There was a lot of comedy. It was very, very enjoyable experience. I went to the film. I took my nephew. He really enjoyed it. He was very engaged with the film. There were a lot of families there because I went on the Friday that came out, and of course it was a day off for a lot of schools, so there were a lot of parents, a lot of families with a lot of kids. And in my opinion, it really did the work. It really engaged the audience. Of course, children were so happy watching the film. But it's not necessarily just a film, even though it has a lot of, I would say, family tropes and a lot of things that we already know in this type of films that is very common in this type of films. I felt that it was very enjoyable also for the adult audience. I had a good time. I really enjoyed it. It was fun all around. And in connection with this point, my third point that I really like about the film is, I would say, is the message. It does have a good message. It's not a film that you feel that you worry that you're going to go there and you take your kids and they're going to watch something that is inappropriate. It does have a couple of things that will go over the head of children, of course, like most movies nowadays in Hollywood. But it is a very clean movie, and that's great. It's very similar in so many ways to Detective Pikachu, and I really like that film. This film also has the same, I would say, the same messages. It talks about identity, it talks about friendship, it talks about purpose, and that's great. I like that. I feel that nowadays we don't get to see those. We get a lot of this type of movies, but not necessarily at the same level of quality. And I feel that this film really has it all. The bad. Now it's time to talk about the bad. I would say at the same token, because the film is a very simplistic film, the story is simple, there's nothing complicated. Some people might feel, I would say, disappointed because they might expect something more than just basic storyline, because it's a basic story. It's just the beginning and an end in a very, very simple way. But some people might want something different. I wouldn't say it is a bad thing. It's just you have to understand this is a film that you go just to have a good time, and it's not complicated. That you know how it's going to end. So it's a simple adventure story, and that's good. But some people might find that disappointing. Another thing people might find unenjoyable about the film is the villain. Now, Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey, is a character in the video game that, it's crazy. It just acts crazy too. And of course, Jim Carrey has always been known as being this type of extreme comedian. Some people love him, some people hate him. I wouldn't say that I love him or hate him. I'm in between. I like some things that he has done. Some other things I'm not too crazy about. I think he gets overpraised for a lot of things in the past, but he is who he is. So you take him, at face value. You take him for what it's worth. You really, or you like him or you hate him. You like his comedy or you don't. And I feel that some people might not like his comedy. And of course, he plays himself, and he is, I would say, exuberant on doing that, playing himself in this role. It fits well with him, with his type of character and this type of the persona that he is. So, but yeah, some people might not like that. They don't like Jim Carrey, and of course, they're not going to like him as the villain here. In conclusion, this is a very short review because honestly, this is a very fast-paced film. So it's a very simplistic story, nothing really to complicate yourself about. So I don't really need to really dissect it. But the film is entertaining. It's fun. It does have messages that are great. I wouldn't say that I like it as much as Detective Pikachu. I think Detective Pikachu was a bit better in the end with the message, a little bit stronger with the message in regards to family and in regards to relationship between fathers and sons. This is more about friendship and about identity, and that's great too. We need those messages. It's a very enjoyable experience. It's safe for the kids. There are gonna be a couple of things here and there that might not be as good or suitable for them, but it's gonna go over their head, and that's great. So parents don't have to worry about what are they going to watch. So it definitely is the reason why it's doing so well in the box office, and it's a high recommendation for families, for people that love Sonic, the video games, and for someone that is looking for something simplistic but at the same time fun and not boring. This is definitely a film that you need to watch. So if I have to give this film a final score, I would say it's an 8 out of 10, which in my book is excellent. But what is your opinion? Have you watched the film? Do you like Sonic? Have you played Sonic games over the years? You didn't like the film? You don't like Jim Carrey? Or what do you think about this film? Let me know in the comments below. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. God bless, and I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.